Today I want to talk to you about something that can change the trajectory of your life. The power of acting as if you are unstoppable. I know you've been told you can't do something before. Maybe it was a parent, a friend, or even that inner voice of doubt that speaks so loudly. But I'm here to tell you that you've been underestimating your power. You are more powerful than you realize. The truth is, you don't need the approval of others, and you don't need perfect circumstances. All you need is a mind that refuses to quit. Everything in life begins with the way you think. Your mindset is the lens through which you see the world, and it shapes how you approach every situation, every challenge, and every opportunity. It's the foundation of everything you do. When you adopt the belief that you are unstoppable, you start to live as though you are unstoppable. The thoughts you entertain, the stories you tell yourself, and the beliefs you hold onto all become the reality you experience. A positive and empowered mindset isn't just about having a good attitude. It's about understanding that your mindset determines how you react when life pushes you to the edge. You might not be able to control every circumstance, but you can control your response to those circumstances. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't often boils down to mindset. It's not the lack of struggle or hardship that makes someone unstoppable. It's their ability to choose their thoughts, to choose resilience, and to choose strength, even when the situation seems impossible. When you cultivate the right mindset, you stop seeing obstacles as barriers and you start seeing them as opportunities for growth. You develop the strength to look at difficulties as temporary and surmountable because you understand that your thoughts have the power to change the way you experience the world. A person with the right mindset doesn't let failure define them. Instead, they let failure fuel their growth. They understand that it's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you rise with more wisdom and more determination. Your mindset can either be the thing that holds you back or the thing that propels you forward. When you believe you're unstoppable, you start to act with purpose. You stop waiting for permission. You stop letting fear paralyze you, and you stop letting the opinions of others dictate your worth. You begin to see every challenge as an invitation to grow, every mistake as a lesson, and every setback as a setup for something greater. With the right mindset, the impossible becomes possible, and the limits others place on you no longer matter. What matters is what you believe about yourself, and that belief becomes the fuel that keeps you moving forward no matter what. It's important to understand that mindset isn't something you can just hope will change overnight. It's a daily practice, a constant shift in how you think. It requires discipline, it requires intention, and it requires the courage to challenge old beliefs that no longer serve you. You have to be willing to tell yourself, I am capable, I am resilient, I am worthy, even when the evidence around you suggests otherwise. The people who achieve greatness aren't always the ones with the most resources or the easiest path. They're the ones who cultivate an unshakable mindset, who don't quit when things get tough, and who continue to move forward because they believe they are destined for more. When you're on the journey toward your goals, there's one thing you can be sure of: setbacks are inevitable. They will come. No matter how carefully you plan, no matter how hard you work, life will test you. But here's the thing about setbacks. They are not roadblocks, they are setups. They are the universe's way of preparing you for the next level, teaching you lessons that will equip you for the success you're meant to have. Think about it. The greatest stories of success are rarely the ones that go smoothly from start to finish. They are the stories of people who faced immense challenges, who stumbled, who fell, but who refused to stay down. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't often lies in how they interpret and respond to setbacks. A setback is never the end of the road. It's an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to become better prepared for what's ahead. In fact, some of the most successful people in history wouldn't have reached the heights they did if they hadn't encountered setbacks along the way. Setbacks strip away the unnecessary, they force you to refine your strategy, and they reveal strength and resilience you didn't even know you had. If everything always went according to plan, you wouldn't grow, you wouldn't develop the character necessary to handle the bigger challenges that will come as you climb higher. Setbacks are a necessary part of the process. When you view setbacks as setups, your entire perspective changes. You stop seeing failure as something personal and instead see it as a tool. It's a reminder that growth is never a straight line. You will encounter bumps along the way, but those bumps are where the growth happens. Every setback has within it the seed of a comeback, the potential for something greater. The most successful people didn't avoid setbacks. They welcomed them because they knew each one was preparing them for their next breakthrough. Moreover, setbacks often serve as tests of character. They challenge your resolve, your determination, and your belief in yourself. In those moments, when things seem to be falling apart, you're actually being built up in ways you can't immediately see. When you embrace a setback as a setup, you are forced to trust the process. You realize that your journey isn't just about the destination, it's about who you become on the way there. The person you're becoming in the process of overcoming these setbacks is the one who will handle the success when it comes. Setbacks also help you realign. When you face a setback, it gives you the space to reflect and reassess where you are, where you're going, and why you're going there. Sometimes we can become so focused on the path ahead that we lose sight of what truly matters. A setback forces you to pause, reassess, and return to your purpose. It can help you refocus on your why and give you the clarity to move forward with renewed vision. Remember, every setback, no matter how painful or discouraging it feels in the moment, is a setup for something bigger and better. It's a lesson in disguise, an opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more capable. Life doesn't happen in a straight line, and neither does success. So when setbacks come, don't resist them. Lean into them, learn from them, let them guide you, because the setup for your breakthrough is in the setback itself. Opposition is a constant in life. It's unavoidable, relentless, and often appears just when you're getting closer to your breakthrough. But it's not the opposition itself that defines your path. It's how you respond to it. The ability to persist in the face of opposition is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who give up. Opposition is not a sign that you should stop. In fact, it's a sign that you're on the right track. You see, growth never happens in the absence of resistance. If everything were easy, you wouldn't be challenged to dig deeper, to stretch further, to push harder. It's in the fight, the struggle, and the challenge where your true potential is revealed. When you encounter opposition, it often feels like the world is telling you no. But what if, instead of hearing no, you heard not yet? What if opposition is just life's way of preparing you for what's to come? Every obstacle, every closed door, every challenge is shaping you, refining you, and testing your commitment to your vision. The truth is, if you want to reach your highest potential, you will face resistance. That's the price of progress. The question is, will you keep going, or will you let the opposition stop you? Persistence is the key that unlocks the door to your success. It's easy to stay motivated when everything is going well, but true persistence is demonstrated when things are hard, when it seems like all the odds are against you. It's in those moments that your character is built. The moments when the weight of opposition seems unbearable, when the voice inside you says maybe you should quit. That's the exact moment when your persistence matters most. That's when you prove to yourself and the world that you are serious about your dreams and your purpose. There's a strength that comes from persistence, a strength that can't be built in the easy moments. It's in the struggle, the discomfort, and the perseverance through adversity that you develop resilience. Every time you push through opposition, you grow stronger, more determined, and more capable. The opposition doesn't become weaker, but you become stronger. And when you persist in the face of it, you start to realize that the resistance wasn't meant to break you, it was meant to make you stronger and prepare you for what lies ahead. Persistent people don't rely on motivation alone. Motivation will fade, it's fleeting, it comes and goes. But persistence is about making a decision. It's about deciding that no matter how difficult the road becomes, no matter how many people doubt you or how many times you fall, you will not quit, you will keep going. That decision is more powerful than any temporary burst of inspiration because it's rooted in the belief that your purpose is greater than any opposition you face. In the face of opposition, persistence often looks like small, steady steps forward. It's not about having huge leaps all the time. It's about continuing to move even when the path isn't clear. The most successful people aren't always the ones who make the biggest moves. They're the ones who keep moving when it seems like progress has stalled, when it feels like there's no way forward. They trust that if they keep going, no matter how slow or painful the journey may be, they will eventually reach their destination. Opposition can be a powerful teacher. When faced with resistance, we're forced to reevaluate our approach, to grow in ways we never thought possible. We learn to adapt, to innovate, and to think outside the box. Persistence in the face of opposition is about learning from your struggles, not letting them defeat you. Every setback, every rejection, every challenge teaches you something new. And with each lesson, you're not just moving closer to your goal, you're becoming the person capable of achieving it. The reality is this: opposition will always be there, but so will your ability to persist. When you make the choice to keep going, to rise again after each fall, you demonstrate a level of faith in yourself, your purpose, and your future that cannot be shaken. You begin to realize that no matter how fierce the opposition, it is no match for your persistence. It is your ability to endure, to keep pushing forward, that will eventually lead to victory. Taking responsibility for your future is one of the most powerful decisions you can make. It means owning your choices, your actions, and most importantly, the direction your life is headed. Too often we look to others or to external circumstances to explain where we are in life. But the truth is, we are the ones who shape our future. It starts with the recognition that no one else is responsible for your dreams, your success, or your growth. You are. When you take full responsibility for where you are right now, you stop giving away your power. You stop blaming the world, the people around you, or your past. You stop playing the victim role and step into your own strength. This doesn't mean that life won't throw challenges your way. It doesn't mean that the world will always be fair or that everything will go as planned. What it does mean is that you are no longer waiting for someone else to give you permission or for conditions to be perfect. You are taking control, acknowledging that no matter what's happening around you, you are the one who gets to choose how to respond and what actions to take next. Your future is in your hands, and it's shaped by the decisions you make today. Taking responsibility for your future means choosing not to live in a state of complacency or passivity. Too many people live their lives on autopilot, letting time pass by without ever questioning where they're headed. But if you don't take responsibility for where you want to go, life will simply carry you along its course. And that's not living, that's surviving. When you take responsibility, you acknowledge that you are the driver of your own destiny. You don't wait for life to hand you what you think you deserve. You actively pursue what you know you are capable of achieving. You make the decisions today that will determine where you are tomorrow. Part of this responsibility also means being honest with yourself about your current situation. It's easy to get caught up in excuses. I'm not where I want to be because of this person, this situation, or this circumstance. But when you take responsibility, you stop looking for excuses and start looking for solutions. You accept that while external factors may have played a role in where you are, you still have the power to change your circumstances. No one else can create the future you desire for you. It's your job to make the hard decisions, to put in the work, and to make sure that the path you walk aligns with the future you want. Taking responsibility for your future also means understanding the value of delayed gratification. Our world is filled with distractions, instant rewards, and shortcuts that promise easy success. But success is not built overnight. It's built through consistent effort, sacrifice, and making decisions now that will pay off in the long run. When you take responsibility, you stop looking for the quick fix. You understand that real progress comes from doing the hard work day in and day out, even when you don't see immediate results. You're willing to make the sacrifices today because you understand the future you want is worth the investment. This responsibility also means learning from mistakes. It's easy to point fingers when things go wrong, but the key to growth is recognizing that mistakes are a natural part of life. When you take responsibility for your future, you understand that each failure, each misstep, and each setback is a lesson. Instead of letting those mistakes define you, you use them to refine your approach. You own your failures, learn from them, and grow stronger because of them. You don't let mistakes become the reason you stop trying. You let them become the reason you keep going, more determined than ever. In the journey of taking responsibility, you'll encounter moments where it feels easier to give up or let someone else take the reins. It's tempting to blame others for your lack of progress, to point to the circumstances that have made things harder. But when you take full responsibility for your future, you know that your circumstances do not define you. Your response does. You choose how you move forward, and you choose whether or not you allow your present situation to be the thing that limits your future. Taking responsibility means understanding that your future is not a product of luck or chance, but of consistent, intentional action. Every decision you make, every step you take, whether small or large, is moving you closer to the future you're creating. There's power in knowing that it's up to you to take the first step, to make the change, and to build the life you've always dreamed of. Focus is one of the most powerful forces in your life. In a world full of distractions where everyone is trying to pull your attention in a million different directions, the ability to focus is a superpower. It's not just about being able to concentrate on one thing for a few moments. It's about directing all your mental and emotional energy toward a single goal or purpose. Focus is the difference between being busy and being productive. It's the force that turns intentions into results and dreams into reality. When you focus on something, you give it your energy, your time, and your effort. Focus is a declaration of what matters most to you, what you value, and where you want to go. It's about making a conscious decision to say no to everything that doesn't align with your vision and yes to the actions that will propel you forward. The problem is that most people are pulled in too many directions at once. They spread themselves thin trying to juggle everything, but this lack of focus dilutes their power. When you try to do everything, you end up doing nothing with the level of excellence required to achieve greatness. Focus allows you to direct all your energy to one thing, and when that happens, you begin to see massive progress. In a world of constant notifications, endless social media feeds, and an overwhelming amount of information, the ability to focus is becoming increasingly rare, but it's also becoming increasingly valuable. Focus isn't about simply blocking out distractions. It's about actively choosing where to put your energy. It's about saying, this moment matters, and giving it the attention it deserves. When you focus on your goals, on your personal growth, on your vision, you begin to prioritize what really moves the needle in your life. It's a powerful thing because it means you stop wasting time on things that don't serve your purpose. The truth is, where your focus goes, your energy flows. What you focus on expands. If you constantly focus on the obstacles, the difficulties, or the things that are going wrong in your life, that's where your energy will go. And soon those obstacles will become bigger in your mind than they actually are in reality. But when you choose to focus on the possibilities, on the solutions, and on what you can control, that's where your energy goes, and the path ahead becomes clearer. Focus is like a magnifying glass. It brings all your energy together, concentrating it on one point, making it powerful enough to create change, to move mountains, and to achieve what others might consider impossible. Focus also gives you clarity. In the noise of everyday life, it's easy to get distracted by irrelevant details, but when you focus, you strip away the excess and get down to what really matters. Focus helps you cut through the clutter. It helps you see what's important and what's not, and it enables you to make decisions more effectively. When you are focused on your vision, you begin to recognize opportunities that align with that vision, and you start saying no to things that pull you off course. Another key aspect of focus is consistency. Success isn't built on one big moment. It's built on the small, focused actions you take every single day. It's the dedication to the process, the willingness to show up and keep going even when you don't see immediate results. When you focus on the daily steps, the small habits that move you closer to your goal, you begin to create momentum. That momentum carries you forward even when you face challenges because your focus stays fixed on the bigger picture, not the temporary setbacks. Focus also helps you develop resilience. When you're focused on your goal, it's easier to stay motivated when things get tough. You've got something worth fighting for. It's easy to get distracted by setbacks, but with focus, you can bounce back more quickly. Your energy is not wasted on the things that could make you feel defeated. Instead, it's invested in the belief that your goal is worth the effort and that you will find a way to overcome the challenges. The power of focus isn't just about what you achieve, it's about who you become in the process. As you focus on your purpose, you develop discipline, patience, and determination. You train your mind to stay committed to the course, even when the road gets rough. And as you keep focused on your vision, you begin to see the results of that commitment. Success doesn't happen overnight, but with sustained focus over time, it's inevitable. Focus turns your dreams into tangible results because it transforms the way you think, the way you act, and the way you live. Focus is the force that makes everything else fall into place. Faith and action go hand in hand. One cannot truly exist without the other. Faith is the belief in something greater, something unseen, something that you trust will come to pass. But belief alone isn't enough. Faith without action is like planting a seed and doing nothing to nurture it. It's believing in the potential of the seed, but never watering it, never giving it the sunlight it needs to grow. To see the fruit of your faith, action is required. You have to move, step out of your comfort zone, and put in the effort even when you can't see the end result. Faith provides the foundation, but action builds the path forward. When you have faith, you're trusting that there's a purpose greater than what you can understand in the moment. But faith doesn't mean waiting around passively for things to fall into place. It's not about sitting back and hoping that things magically happen. It's about knowing that there's a plan, even when you don't know all the details, and still moving forward with confidence. Faith gives you the courage to take the first step, even when the way forward seems unclear. It pushes you to act, even when the outcome isn't guaranteed. Without action, faith remains an idea, a hope. But with action, faith becomes a reality, a tangible result. The power of faith is often seen in the willingness to act in spite of uncertainty. When you step out on faith, you're not acting because you have all the answers or because you know exactly what will happen. You're acting because you trust that the steps you take will lead you somewhere, even if you don't know exactly where that somewhere is yet. This is where many people get stuck. They're waiting for all the pieces to fall into place, for everything to be perfectly clear before they take a step. But faith doesn't work that way. True faith is taking a step even when you can't see the whole staircase. And it's through those steps, through the action you take, that you begin to see things unfold in ways you couldn't have imagined before. Faith without action is like a dream without effort. You can dream big, you can hope for the best, but if you never do anything about it, nothing will change. Faith doesn't mean sitting back and waiting for life to happen to you. It means stepping forward with the confidence that your actions are aligned with a greater purpose. When you believe in something greater than yourself, you understand that your role in that purpose is to act. Your actions are the vehicle through which faith becomes real. Every small decision you make, every step you take is moving you closer to the fulfillment of what you believe. It's through action that you align yourself with your vision and begin to manifest what you've been hoping for. Action is also a demonstration of your faith. When you take action, you're showing the world that you believe in the possibilities ahead of you, even when the road seems uncertain. Your actions speak louder than your words. They demonstrate your trust in the process and in the outcome, even when you're not sure how things will work out. It's not about knowing every step or having everything figured out. It's about trusting that the steps you take will lead you where you need to go. You may not always know the next step, but faith and action together create the momentum you need to keep moving forward. In this journey of faith and action, there will be moments of doubt. There will be times when you feel like nothing is happening, when the road ahead seems long and difficult. But in those moments, faith and action are even more important. Faith keeps you anchored in your belief that there is a purpose, and action ensures you're still moving toward that purpose, regardless of the setbacks or challenges you face. You may not see the full picture yet, but by continuing to act in faith, you're aligning yourself with the future you are building. Faith and action also go hand in hand when it comes to growth. When you act on your faith, you learn, you grow, and you adapt. The action you take may not always lead to immediate results, but it always leads to learning. Every step you take, even if it's a misstep, teaches you something new, and that knowledge strengthens your faith. The more you act, the more you build a foundation of trust in yourself, in the process, and in the unseen forces at work around you. The combination of faith and action gives you the resilience to push forward even when progress feels slow or uncertain. Faith doesn't mean having all the answers, and action doesn't mean knowing the outcome. But when you combine both, you are putting your belief into motion. It's the act of showing up, of doing the work, and of believing that what you're doing is meaningful even when the results aren't immediate. Faith without action stays a thought, a belief. But faith paired with action becomes the force that moves mountains, opens doors, and creates the future you've been hoping for. In conclusion, the journey towards success, growth, and fulfillment is deeply rooted in the principles of persistence, focus, responsibility, and faith. Each of these elements requires both an internal commitment and a willingness to take action, even in the face of challenges and setbacks. When you embrace your responsibility for your future, stay focused on your purpose, persist through opposition, and act on your faith, you create the conditions for incredible transformation. The path may not always be easy, but with the right mindset and actions, you will find the strength and clarity to move forward toward the future you desire.